into the Florida Tech Podcast studio on this lovely Sunday morning. We are the Mike Masters working for Gallup Industries, and we are talking about AirBNB today, their messaging to customers, their social impact, and why they should be looked up to as a company. Just a little background on AirBNB. They were founded in 2007 by college roommates Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia. The idea came from putting an air mattress in their living room and turning it into a little bed and breakfast. In 2008, Brian's other ex-roommate, whose name is Nathan Blacharczyk, joined the group as the chief technology officer and their third co-founder. The company was initially named Airbed and Breakfast, and a website was designed to offer short-term living and rental services for those who were unable to book a hotel in such a saturated market. They raised more money through startups, and they changed the site name to just Airbnb because there was confusion over air mattresses. Multiple changes and additions have been made to the service over the years, and now is the most well-known company for short-term housing rentals, with a mission statement to create a world where anyone can belong anywhere. Some statistics on Airbnb include that they have 6,907 employees. There are over 5 million hosts worldwide and 7.7 million active listings on the platform. Over 100,000 cities worldwide have Airbnb listings in them. Airbnb has over 150 million worldwide users that have booked over 1.5 billion stays. Let's get into some of the company messaging.
First of all, hi, my name is Konstantinos.
Okay.
I see an ad with a dog. Personally, I have a dog at home, so wherever I go, I want a place to put my dog. I have a specific place to eat, sleep.
And this ad speaks to you?
Yeah. That's really important for me. This ad, if I was a consumer, if I see a house or an ad with a dog, I was like, okay, listen, yeah, I will follow it. I will go right there, I will book a room instead of a hotel, because I know hotels, some rooms, you're going to say, I don't want a dog or it's buying all this stuff. So, yeah, for me, it's really important. Whenever I see a dog, I was like, yeah, it's yes for me.
I also think this ad is good because not everyone has just a pet, but a service animal. And, hotels would just consider it a pet, so they could turn you away even if that animal is required for you to get around for your day-to-day. And this just plays back to that mission statement, creating a world where anyone can belong, and they're making sure that some rentals make sure that your pet belongs, because some people consider their dog part of their family.
Yeah, I think that's good that they used a dog for this messaging, because everybody loves dogs.
Yeah.
Cute, right? I think it does a good job of reaching out to the audience with pets and knowing that anything is included and can stay at these houses as well.
In terms of their audience, obviously the primary audience would be pet lovers and those that look for accommodations for their pets. But I think a good thing to look at is the secondary audience, which is people that do not typically travel with their pets because there's this stigma about rentals not allowing your pets.
Yeah.
And I think a good tertiary audience would be the hosts, because when you're setting up a listing, if you're open to having pets, that opens a wider range of...
Yeah, you have more customers.
Yeah.
You have way more customers.
Mm-hmm.
So...
All right, let's go to the second one. Where it says, don't just go there, live there. Anyone have anything to say about that one?
Yeah, I think it's almost like they're incentivizing that, this is your own home when you come, and it's a homey feel. Where a hotel is almost some of them are prison cells almost. You know what I mean? It's hard to get comfortable or settled in, especially if you're going on a nice vacation. I mean, you want to go to a home, give that homey feel, and it makes the experience, I think, 10 times better.
Yeah. Also, I believe that you have a lot of houses that you can pick, a lot of rooms, let's say, so you can choose exactly a house you want to live, how is your where you're gonna go to eat breakfast, all this stuff. So like that's why it says like live there. Like you choose your house. It's not like a hotel. Like it's a basic format of a
Yep.
room.
Because I've noticed that like when I go on vacation and you're like in a hotel, you feel sort of isolated from the area. But in times where I've been in like a house, it feels like, you know, you're temporarily living there. So it feels more natural.
I feel like another big thing is in a hotel, if you're like with your family, you don't have any privacy, like whatsoever. So I feel like with Airbnb, it's really nice. You have your own room, like there's a kitchen, there's many places you can go, whereas a hotel, you're limited to just that room.
Especially when you travel outside the country and stuff, whenever you go to the resort, it's kind of very Americanized or whatever, not really, the cultural the area isn't really there. So whenever you go to an Airbnb and stay in a neighborhood where local people are staying, you kind of get more influence from the area and get a real feel for how it is.
Totally. Let's get into the video ads.
You ready, B? All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend.
Down the ride to the very end. It's me and my boyfriend. Me and my boyfriend.
And I don't have to worry, only worry is him. She do anything necessary for him, and I do anything necessary for her. So don't let the necessary occur. Yep. All I need in this life is sin. It's me and my girlfriend.
I think it was good because they used an older couple, kind of, you know, showing that. Just because, you know, you're older doesn't mean you can't use Airbnb. Like, he does a good job of showing, like, hey, you know, maybe you thought, like, our target audience is 20 to 45 years old, but, you know, even though you're older, you can still come and use these houses as this platform to enhance your stay.
Totally. And I like that they called it like Bonnie and Clyde, because they're like partners in crime.
Yeah.
The article on the sustainability, is there anything you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job. I mean, overall, they're trying to cut down on gas emissions, trying to cut down a lot of these things compared to traditional hotels, where it's just all magnified, right? And encourages sustainable practice among the host and the guest as well. They also do a good job of giving or incentivizing employees to go to the local communities. They get paid 4 hours monthly to visit volunteer local communities and volunteer at them. Just showing that they support the local community and they want to better, you know, the communities around them. And they also provide open homes program, which they kind of been, you know, I don't remember what hurricane it was. There was a hurricane like 2 years, maybe Katrina or something.
I think it was Sandy.
Sandy. It was Sandy. Yeah, they gave homes, or they, you know, pushed homes for people who got affected by those disasters, which just shows that they really help and want the community to be okay.
Totally.
So
Also, like you said, like they're trying like to compare with hotels. Like back home, I believe this battle like is in Airbnb side, because everyone right now is book Airbnbs. Nobody goes to hotels. So basically, back home, back in Greece, they try like to increase the tax in the Airbnb rooms and lower the tax in hotel rooms. So like it's gonna be cheaper in hotels, so they're gonna go to a hotel, because they don't want like the billionaires or the millionaires who has like a hotel gonna go, you know, out of business or out of work.
There was a few countries as well, I can't remember in particular, that were, maybe it was Italy and like Austria. You're only allowed to rent your home 90 days throughout the year, or if you want to do more, you had to get specific permits to be able to do that.
Yeah, so back in Tahoe, where I'm from, they're like completely trying to shut Airbnb down. They think it's bad for the community because it's bringing in a lot of tourism, but that's kind of a fine line, because I feel like the tourism also is like a big part of Tahoe, but it's like stingy locals.
It's a conflicting battle between it brings in revenue, but then it takes up all the houses. So it's like you gotta find a happy medium.
Yeah.
Back what you were saying about the employees doing like service, I found an article that was good about like from the actual like the 7,000 employees that they have. They're allowed to work wherever they want. Like they don't have to go to one of the central Airbnb locations, which I feel like is really nice, because if you want to work for this company, you don't feel pressured to also have to pack up and move. and that removes like geographical restraints, which is nice. So like if you live near your family, you don't have to leave them. And there's also financial benefits where there's reduced space costs and opportunities for employees to lower their personal living expenses. So like, if it's cheap where you live, but where an Airbnb like hub is, it's more expensive, you can just stay where you are. You don't have to change anything about the way you live to work for Airbnb. About your mom's place, is there anything you have to say about that?
Yeah, so my mom has been a host for Airbnb for 7 years, and it's kind of hard because, yeah, it's been a great experience, and like I won't lie, it brings a lot of money in because Tahoe is big on tourism, so people are staying there. It's booked every single week, but at the same time, she's had so many issues with people renting and just trashing the place. Like, we would come in to clean it and it would be like destroyed. Like, she has to replace couches like every year, like dishes broken. But at the same time, there's also people that are so good about it. But another bad thing about Airbnb is that when people are leaving reviews, one bad review can seriously cancel out like 100 good reviews. So I actually have some reviews pulled up right here, and I'll start with one of the bad reviews. So he starts by, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long, but he talks about how the long message for instruction, the code to get in was not easy to find. The TVs are not smart. They use Fire Stick, Roku Stick, so they got, sorry, he's kind of illiterate. They have to be using 2 different controls. The towels smell like they aren't properly washed, and the kitchen cookware is all stained, old, and very limited. Some of the utensils are disgusting. Every single door handle, shower handle, and paper holder were really loose. The living room was not as pictured in the ad. The place is okay. And then he talks about how he didn't like Tahoe in general. And my mom's response was, hello, in response, entry instructions were very clear as day in your welcome message. You missed them. That's not our fault. We've never once had a complaint about any single thing you've said. And I'm confused why you didn't ask me about the pass. It's right there for you to use for the beach. It seems you're upset that it took a bit to get in, but again, you missed the code in the first sentence of your welcome message. Potential guests, please read all of our other reviews, thank you. Because right under that review, it talks about, this guy says, very helpful with local recommendations, everything was amazing. The next person says, we had a wonderful stay, everything was perfect. Really convenient location, true to description, and super smooth check-in and check-out process. And it's just good review after good review. So it's kind of hard because, when someone sees a review like that, it kind of ruins it. Like, I wouldn't want to book that place if I saw that.
Yeah, like, whenever, like, you book a room, you try to book a room, me personally, I look at the negative, the bad reviews.
Exactly.
Because I want to see, like, exactly what's going on. Like, if you write, like, yeah, it's good, it's perfect, like, I have zero clue what's going on. I want to see, like, listen, the door's not good, blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to know more details about the room, what's good, what's not good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that you said before, like, a negative reviews really, like, delete 100 good ones. Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Airbnb is one of those things where these issues don't fall back on the company because they just create the policies and stuff.
Yeah.
All of it falls back like on the host, and it's like an experience may vary type thing.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, so you said you gotta, like, replace couches and stuff. What, like, there's no, like, Airbnb policy that says they cover it if the...
Yeah, that's the thing.
The host
like,
do this and
I've
that.
been there and said, like, if you destroy something, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, so there's always cleaning fees. Like, if someone trashes the place, they get charged, like, $200, I think it is. But
There's like host protection basically,
yeah, exactly,
which is
exactly.
good.
But sometimes things just get worn down, and Airbnb doesn't cover that. So if there's kids jumping on the couch to the point that breaks, like it's just something that as being a host you have to deal with. So I was staying in Santa Barbara. We were on vacation there, and we showed up to our Airbnb, and it was double booked.
Yeah.
So they used like a different service, like I think it's called VRBO.
Oh, Verbo, yeah.
Yeah. So they had double booked us, and the other people were already in there. So we couldn't, we had nowhere to stay, and we didn't get the money back for like a week, I think, which sucked because we couldn't use that money to go get somewhere else to stay. So there's definitely some issues that they might need to work out. But overall, I think it's a really good company, and it's worked for my mom very well for the last 7 years.
That's good. So looking back at everything we've gone over, you guys think Airbnb as a company, you'd either want to work in like an office level or a host type thing? Because I think their innovative business model is really good. It creates a platform for like a peer-to-peer transaction type thing, and it empowers millions of people to make extra income with extra property. Their global reach, being active in so many different locations around the world, encouraging people to visit these places is really nice. And especially with their focus on diversity and inclusion, like all their ads, you can, even if just the two we went over, because I've been looking up stuff about Airbnb, I've been getting a lot of ads, and you can tell they use different groups of people to target as many, interest groups as they can. Their sustainability efforts, like you said, encourages people to travel and choose accommodations that are more environmentally friendly, electric, gas, amenities, and their adaptability to challenging times, even with the COVID-19 pandemic. They prioritize health and safety with changing protocols on like cleaning for hosts. And they empower communities, smaller communities that don't get as much attention because they don't have a lot of hotels, but people will turn their houses into Airbnbs. They're able to get that attention. Do you guys have anything to say about like looking up to Airbnb as a company?
I mean, for me, seeing my mom experience, being a host through Airbnb, that's totally something that I would want to do. I think it's such a good little side hustle, renting out your place, especially if you're not there. Like, you go on vacation, rent out your place for a few weeks. I think that it's a really awesome company, and I would love to, host eventually.
Okay. Just overall, they know who they're targeting. They're for the customer, and even though like it's not, because they're targeting, consumers, but they care about the hosts. The hosts have those protections in place because they're the ones providing the service.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
the reason Airbnb exists. All right. It was nice talking with you all.
Yeah.
This was the Mike Masters, working for Gallup Industries, signing off.
Let's about this place.